So, hello, my impatience. It is I, Andrew the Android Kowalski here. So, I asked my stepfather and mother if they could, reset up the TV in here because I want to watch the ball drop at midnight. I don't know if I'll stay awake for it, but my friends come over and I watch TV. And, like, the entire time my stepfather's in here, I'm just looking at him suspiciously, like he's betrayed me. Happy New Year, Pizza Pasta. I'm just looking at him like, yeah, I feel like you've betrayed me. I feel like you're lying to me, and I feel like you're not communicating. Yeah, but whatever. Somebody says, leave him alone. I didn't do anything. I was just looking at him like you're lying. I didn't do anything. I was just looking at him with disgust. And that's basically what he's done to me for the past 20 years. So I'm just returning exactly how he's treated me. Okay, so this one, 2025 went by fast. I'm going to watch the ball drop on TV if I don't go to bed. But it's very likely that I'm going to go to bed at 8 p.m., 10 p.m., and I'm going to be alone. I'm not going to have anybody coming over to watch the ball drop with me. But regardless, Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. Happy New Year's Eve. The next one. I'm 38 years old. 2025 is ending. I'm still a disabled adult child. I want freedom. I said 2025 would be my year. I'd finally become rich and famous, but sadly, I'm still at my mom's house. But 2026 will be the year success finally happens. Next year, I'll be a rock star and a movie star. And my mother says, 2026 won't magically be your year. You need to take action and make it happen. And the last one, my mother says to me, I broke your chocolate bar. Do you still want it? And I say to Dr. Natural, is my mother saying she broke me mentally with premeditated intent? I feel like she's rage baiting me and wants a reaction from me. And Dr. Natural says, this is predicate logic and ideas of reference delusions. A broken chocolate bar does not mean a broken mind. Okay. So somebody asks, are you going to see your art class friends this evening? Well, I just got an MRI, and I asked on my live stream, do you think getting the MRI and MRA was a mistake? Can getting too many cause brain cancer, neurological damage, or something bad? Because I'm getting too many MRIs and MRAs. I'm getting it like almost yearly, it seems. And Rusty says, it's a good idea. We need to see how depleted your gray matter is. You've done damage to your own brain by not taking proper medication. Let's see how far the damage has gone. So, Rusty seems to feel that it was a good idea to get the MRI. Yeah. So, it was. I know my aunt said, "Yeah, listen to what the doctors say." The sauce dude says, if I got rich and famous, I would still live at home with my mother because my mother knows best. Rusty says, I suspect that you only have 65% gray matter. Pizza Pasta says, take your medication. You check this out. I got some tropical flavors. The bubbly seltzer water, Bubble. This one's called Mojito Breeze. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I was trying to rave about it to people at my art class, and they were like looking at me like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'm like, "You got to try these like really exotic and tropical, sparkling water flavors." And they're like, "Oh, okay." All right. Yeah, I mean, I could call up my art class friend and ask her to come over. I mean, I'm thinking about how I can inviting her over on New Year's Day instead. I mean, it's 3:30. I could call her over, but like I said, I still had um, an MRI today. So Pizza Pasta says invite her over and go live with her on. I mean, I could. She doesn't want to stay up till midnight, and there's gonna be a lot of drunks on the road at that time. So somebody says, get some coffee so you're nice and loosened up. Somebody says, check the Discord. Oh, I see it. The schizophrenia. Let's save this picture. Rusty says regarding my MRI today. He says this is probably what my brain looks like. That's Rusty's take. This is probably what my brain looks like on the left, according to Rusty. I mean, he's not a medical professional, but yeah, fair enough, Rusty. Fair enough. He says you probably have the butterfly brain. You got the schizophrenia brain. I take that to the bank and cash it in. Should I invite over my art class friend? Pizza Pasta says yes. Get some coffee, invite her over. All right, yeah, I guess so. Somebody says your art class friend rules. Hang out with her. I guess I should. I'll ask her if she wants to hang today. Pizza Pasta says, let's go. I'm proud of you, dude. Hang with your art class buddy. He says, you're doing real things finally. So he says, you got to get out of the house. All right. Yeah, probably what I was planning on doing for this New Year's Eve was eating pizza, because I think my parents are getting pizza for dinner. Getting into my underpants and lying in bed and probably going to sleep at 8 p.m. Why not invite my art class friend over, right? So, at least it's something to do. It's something to do. It's something to do. Anybody else? What are your guys' plans for New Year's? What are your plans for the new year? Pizza asks, do you think your parents are getting pizza because your name is Pizza Pasta? I don't think it has anything to do with you, Pizza Pasta, but I see the parallels and similarities. He asks, are they secretly tormenting and torturing me sadistically to get off? No, I think they're just getting pizza because it's a holiday. He says, I don't know, man. It seems suspicious to me. Do you not see how suspicious it looks? I think it's predicate logic and ideas of reference delusions, Pizza Pasta. I think we're just getting pizza because it's a holiday. Pizza Pasta says, I think they're trying to say I have a pizza mind. Better to have a pizza mind than a pizza face, right? I mean, you don't want acne. Acne's bad, right? Better to have a pizza mind than a pizza paste. Pizza Pasta says, hey, yo. Are you doing Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon? I actually made a post about Razor Ramon on X, formerly Twitter. Let's see if I can find it. I got some comments. So one of the wrestlers, I think it's Dominic Mysterio, said the world witnessed a really good Stone Cold Stunner at WrestleMania X8. And I said in response, hey, yo, Scott Hall was such a dirtbag. The problem with Scott Hall was not the lack of ring talent or failure to be popular. He was excellent on the mic, in the ring, and was also one of the most popular talents they had. The problem was he was unprofessional and mentally unstable. Scott Hall is one of the best to never win the WWE Championship. However, they couldn't depend on him because he was a train wreck. They usually had to fire him weeks later. Though Razor Ramon is a true legend in the wrestling business, you gotta love him. LOL. And some guy named Dino said, what the fuck are you even talking about? While he was in his prime, he was nothing but professional. So this guy seems to feel when in the Razor Ramon days, he was professional. I don't know. You hear stories about him being all high and drunk all the time. I was always under the impression he was a train wreck. And Mike says, dude, we are talking about a stunner, and you give an unsolicited take on Scott Hall's mental health. Passive aggressive and tedious. It's true. They usually hired him and he got fired weeks later for being unprofessional. Somebody says, Scott Steiner is greater than Scott Hall. I don't agree with that. I think Scott Hall, Pizza Pasta says the numbers don't lie. Rusty says Scott Hall killed a man in 1982. Yes, and there wasn't enough evidence to convict him. They say it was self-defense. Hey, yo. But yeah, he's definitely one of the best to never win the WWE Championship. That's for sure. He was suave. He was cool. Speaking of the wrestlers who have the cool aura about them, I think Scott Hall might be the coolest wrestler of all time, at least in his prime. I think he's even cooler than The Rock, who many regard as one of the coolest wrestlers of all time. I think Scott Hall definitely has an even cooler aura about him than The Rock. So, yeah, Razor was pretty suave and cool. Somebody says I think Orange Cassidy is the coolest by far. The Rock doesn't fight with his hands in his pockets. See, I don't like Orange Cassidy. I hate his gimmick. If you're a wrestler, and aren't you meant to go in for the kill? You're meant to go in to defeat your opponent. You're meant to go in and try to be ferocious. Even like the Spirit Squad, which was male cheerleaders, would try to get victories. If you're not trying to be victorious, like, why are you in the business? That's why I hate that gimmick. I'm not. It's nothing to get. It's just a bad gimmick. It's just a shitty gimmick. I don't like it. I don't like the Orange Cassidy gimmick. Somebody says he's too cool for you, huh, bro? Yeah, man, he's too cool for me. Even the male cheerleaders would try to get the victory, if you're not going in for the kill, then, like, what are you doing? I'm just trying to be cool and suave. Then take the pinfall and get your ass kicked, Somebody says, can you open 2026 by counting down on OnlyFans? I try to go live on OnlyFans from time to time, but nobody watches me. I don't know. I don't know why. Nobody watches me on OnlyFans. No, I understand Orange Cassidy's gimmick. I just don't like it. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm not like, I get the gimmick. I just think it sucks. I understand. I comprehend. I just think it's bad. All right. Yeah, I'm just finishing up the wash, and maybe I'll ask my art class friend if she wants to get together. Maybe we could go live today, and we can get some people watching us. When we go live, don't ask inappropriate questions. Don't say anything that will make me or her uncomfortable. Just try to be polite and ask respectful questions. You know. Somebody says, "Would you do snorters with Shawn Michaels?" Erie says, "Hey, no, I think I'm gonna. I abstain from drugs." Erie says, "Hey, any New Year's Eve parties tonight? I might see my art class friend." What's that from? And it's not an air fryer. It sounds like. So he says, "Can we ask what your art class friends' New Year's resolutions are?" Sure, that's an appropriate question, Erie. That's an appropriate question. All right. I'm just finishing up my wash, and when my wash finishes, I'll text my art class friend and see if she wants to hang. Maybe I'll hang tomorrow though. We're definitely doing comedy on Friday, which is going to be iconic. We're both gonna record. Yeah, this is pretty sick. I'm not. I mean, the Mojito Breeze. Definitely check this out. It's pretty good. Check that out. Check that out. All right, guys. Any last questions, comments, anything? Somebody says, "How's the warden, your mother, today? She's not giving you any issues, I hope." Somebody says, "Get your art class friend to do a New Year's stream with her." I could. I could. I could. Maybe tomorrow. I mean, I just got an MRI and my mother's getting pizza and there's a lot of drunks on the road. I don't want to get into an accident with the alcoholics out today. The crazy drunks are on the road today. And I hear on the radio, police are cracking down. They're arresting everybody. The crazy drunks on the road. So he says, "Click it or ticket." This seatbelt has nothing to do with alcohol or pizza pasta. All right. I mean, I guess that about does it. Anybody have any last questions for the master? Anybody got any last questions for the master? Or not really? I guess not. Anybody want to check me out on OnlyFans? I might have a little bit of a belly. I just ate some food. Somebody says, "Do you see Logan Paul?" No, his brother. His brother got his jaw broken. Jake Paul. His brother Jake Paul got his. Anybody want to check me go live on OnlyFans or not really? La 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 la. So he says, "No, nobody wants to check you out on OnlyFans, Andrew. Nobody wants to check out your body." All right, fair enough. Pizza Pasta says, "Yeah, yeah, I hear you guys. I hear you. I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out to my art class friend. At the very least, I'm getting together with her tomorrow. At the very least, I'm getting together with her tomorrow, and we're going to perform comedy on Friday. But yeah, I think I'm gonna not do today though because there's a lot of drunks on the road. I don't want to get into an accident with my car. La 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 la. La 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 la. So I want honesty and transparency from my friends and family. That's one thing I really want, just honesty and transparency. And maybe they are being honest and transparent. Maybe they are. Gecko Cujo says, start early, before people start drinking, and have her stay the night at your house so she doesn't have to drive home late. She said she didn't want to spend the night here. So it might just be better to hang out with her on New Year's Day. We got Sleeves in the house. He says, "What's going on?" "Not much, Sleeves, not much." I mean, we could hang out for a little bit this evening, and I could drop her home like around 10 p.m., but there's a lot of drunks on the road, and I think it's better to just hang out on New Year's Day, to be honest. Pizza Pasta says, "Andrew, you got to pick up your art class friend and do a live stream with her, or my day will be ruined. You got to do this for us. You're impatient." I don't mean to let you down, but I think safety is top priority here. All right, guys. We'll probably live stream tomorrow, and we'll prepare some comedy tomorrow. I think I'm seeing her tomorrow, not today. But thanks for watching. And one thing I am happy about, though, my stepfather hooked up my TV. So if hypothetically speaking, I stay up till midnight, which I think is a pipe dream. I don't think that's happening. I'll probably be in bed by 10 p.m. at the very least. But maybe I get to watch the ball drop on TV. I get to watch the ball drop. Somebody says, "Happy New Year, big dog. Hope you get to see the ball drop tonight." I hope so, guys. Adios, amigos and amigas. Peace out.